Hi, guys. Thank you so much for your time. I'm Raji Rab, back with you on issues of greatest public interest and latest news developing, revolving around social media and mainstream media. I bring to you the topic of discussion today: conduct and behavior by our leaders. Really, really saddening news that has emerged right now. It's about our city leaders making racist comment about a black child, comparing the child to a monkey and saying that the child needs a beating down. Can you believe that? Can you believe that if you are a parent and somebody makes that comment about your child? I certainly will not take it easy. I'll be hurt. And I've gone out on the street, spoken to a large number of people, and everybody is spellbound. People don't believe it. They're just going through this social media post. They're looking at everybody's comments, the reactions, and it's deplorable. It's totally unacceptable. Guys, it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. I guess this goes on all the time behind the scenes. It looks like our leaders go on talking, making this kind of racist comments behind closed doors, and this tape has emerged. This audio tape has emerged that has made it clear that all these racist comments are the order of the day. Like, these people are talking about this thing as if it's nothing. Targeting a child, comparing the child as a monkey to a monkey, that the child needs a beating down. It appears that the discussion is about a child on Martin Luther King Day parade, where children are children, kids are kids. They will behave the way they do. But you cannot compare the kid to a monkey, a child to a monkey, and say that the child needs a beating down. There's more to it. And I don't want to go to the words that are being used around, that the child is being raised like a white kid, as if white people do not know how to parent their children. That's even more offensive. We are all one community. When we talk about race in this hateful manner, then we are opening a Pandora box of deplorable comments. This just reflects how much of hate that is circulating around our community when it comes to leaders. It is not acceptable. People are so upset. People that I'm talking to, people that I've spoken to, people that are calling me and demanding these leaders to vacate their seat. These are city council leaders. Leader of city council. I'm talking about Los Angeles City Council leaders making such comments. People, we cannot accept this. As a community, we can't. And those people who have made engagement in such a topic must immediately vacate their seats. I'm not going to take any names. All the names of the people involved, engaged in this communication, in this hateful talk. This is not a joke. It looks like they're joking. It's not a joke. You cannot joke like this, especially if you're leaders. You know how sensitive the matter of hate crime and hateful communication is now. Because one incident happens and we are ready to jump and take prompt action and punish those committing hate crimes. And when it comes out from our leaders, we got to stop this. We got to make an example out of this by saying we will not tolerate this. Zero tolerance. That's what we've been saying. Zero tolerance. And what is zero tolerance? The people involved must step back themselves. Step out. You're not capable of holding such positions. We will not make role models of those who are involved in hateful, racist acts. This is an act of racism. When you involve and engage others and talk in a way that you think it's a joke, to compare a black child to a monkey and say the child needs a beating down. I don't know what's going on in your head when you're doing that. I'm sure you won't even compare your own child, leave alone somebody else's child, to this kind of a treatment. But people are asking you to vacate your seat immediately. Not just resign, vacate your seat. I'm talking about all those engaged. And I'm just sad that there are people around involved in this conversation who are listening. And this happened some time back, who are listening, and when you are silently listening and amusing yourself with that conversation, you are a part of that conversation. You should be the first one to either step out of that conversation or immediately butt in and say, this is not good, okay, guys, this is not acceptable. And I will not be a part of this conversation, and I'm not. But people who were part of that conversation are now coming out and say, well, I didn't say anything. These two people were chatting. These two people were hurling, racist comments. I did not. But I was just enjoying the conversation. No, you are a silent participant in that conversation. This is not okay, guys. This is not okay. We are going through a very turbulent time of overcoming racism. We're trying to finish, to end these acts of hateful crime and hateful acts by bad actors. These bad actors must realize that there is zero tolerance, people are hurting, and you cannot continue to serve your office by making such actions. You know what is going to happen? These people are trying to make apologies and pulling their strings to just hush the news down so they can continue to work in the areas of service. No. The biggest requirement is decency to serve. And when you come out and you demolish that standard of decency by acting and engaging into a racist communication, you just let go of that decency. You just demolish that standard of decency. It's not acceptable. Not one person that I spoke with said that, this was an act of, it was a joke, or it was just a senseless statement, or it was not meant to be in a way it was stated. No. Everybody that I spoke with said, if there was a common man on the street making a joke at the neighbor or something, okay, even that was not acceptable, because in today's standards, we do not encourage this topic as a joke. This is not a joke. The topic of racism is not a joke. It's not a joke. It's not funny. It's not funny. And when we joke about this at the level of our leaderships, city leadership or federal leadership, or for that matter, statewide leadership, it doesn't matter. Whether it's a leadership in a school, a college, university, for that matter, any level of our living being, any status, whether city, state, federal government, we have to set standards. And this has come out bad. If this news item didn't show up, if somebody did not release this audio recording, this probably was going on every day. My dear fellow Americans, I call upon you to recognize this incident as a dark day. It's not only for Los Angeles. This is a dark day in America. When an audio recording comes out, I'm calling out and I'm speaking to all the leaders here. Look, you guys, if you step into a setting where, jokes are being made, you're going into a comedy show, that's a different thing. You march in with a group of people and there's a comedian making fun out of everybody, that's a different setting altogether, okay? But when you hold a position, you hold elected official position, you are an elected official, you take the responsibility to uphold the levels and standards of decency, that is to respect everyone. Respect every family as your own. You cannot make those hateful comments because I know how the family that is impacted by this audio recording, how bad they must be feeling. I see all that those comments that are coming out by friends and families, that are impacted by this horrible, hateful comment that have come out. Although it's been some time back, but it's just come out now. Who accepts that? Whoever expects the people that you work with on daily basis, this is how they talk about you and your family? It's not okay. It's not okay. Those involved must vacate their seats, disengage from their positions, resign, and stay away from the public. This shows double standards. One standard when you are in the view of public opinion, when you are facing the public, when you are in the public eye, you put your best face forward. And when you're working and talking behind the scene, you bring out that ugly side of yours. It's really ugly. It's not a joke. It's not funny. It's ugly. And let this be a lesson to all those who make loose comments like this, that these are not loose comments. This reflects how you really think, who you really are, that you can go on making these hateful comments about anyone just because you can. Well, if you are running for a position or if you are holding a position, you cannot do that. No. A sad day, a dark day for Los Angeles, for America and all Americans that this thing has come out. But let this be a learning lesson, a learning curve for all of us, that we will not allow this to happen. And if we ever witness anyone making such comments, we will step up and stop or walk away from that scenario. My dear fellow Americans, I brought this incident over to you because I know you already know what's going on, but I had to bring out my sentiment in this. And my sentiment is that of the people of Los Angeles, the American people, and all those calls that I'm receiving from all around Los Angeles, California, and people on all sides of the American corners. Now, nobody likes this. Everybody's taken aback. People in law enforcement, friends, they're all taken aback that how could people of such leadership behave in such a indecent manner, such a cruel manner, a manner that is not acceptable. Vacate your seats, okay? People who engaged in this horrible conversation and showed who they are, walk away from your positions. Walk away. Vacate your seats. Resign. Offer a full resignation. Yes, of course, apologies are necessary, but just apologies won't serve the purpose. If you want to show the outcome, the result of the consequences that come out of such actions, vacate your seat, resign, and then people will realize that you guys, understand what consequences are. By just making an apology and going and hiding behind, away from the public view and saying that everything is going to be okay after a few days because let this topic die away, fade away, and then we'll go back to doing what we are doing. Well, that's not what people want to see. People want to see real consequences, and that is when you feel the consequences of your actions by vacating your seat, having some responsible person replace the seat with standards that are acceptable. Okay, guys, this is Raji Rob once again with you, bringing out the issues of public interest and latest development going on. It's a sad day, and I hope the consequences are faced by those who have made such horrible, deplorable comments, remarks, and this is not what the American people expect from those who are elected to serve the public. Thank you. I'll be with you once again soon. Thank you again. Bye-bye.